To tell the truth, we live a comfortable life here on Earth. Atrukishana asabahaba. The summers get hotter and the winters colder, and it is known that this results in a number the devastating nature that repeats on us time and again. But Earth's currency for its inhabitants is excellent, and Andasada. And they don't mind that there's no other place in the solar system. It could be an ideal home for us in the way we find here on Earth. Yet, this has not deterred astronomers and scientists from vigorously searching for other planets that could support life. We might not be able to pack our bags and move to these planets anytime soon, but hey, there's no harm in exploring, right? Recently, a group of researchers found not just one planet, but 24 planets. It can host civilizations just like our planet. Sebenarnya, these planets are also better than Earth. This leads us to wonder, what are the significant discoveries these researchers have found, which led scientists to deem these planets more suitable for life than our own? Linux.
That's interesting.
This research was conducted by a group of researchers from Washington State University, and they identified the locations of 24 exoplanets. Planets were not just Earth-like, but in essential ways better than Earth. And it's important to remember that the researchers were not actually looking for life itself. After searching for planets that could be good homes, the list included some planets larger than our Earth.
And the push and the
They
more.
found a brick. One way to ensure a planet is on this list is for it to orbit a star older than our sun. As you can see from what we mentioned earlier, all these things come together to form a planet we are absolutely delighted to call existing. I drank, and to create this list, researchers put forth a list of characteristics they were looking for to consider a planet exceptionally habitable. And a super habitable planet is one that could support a civilization like ours. And likewise, it can fare better with these civilizations than Earth. So what makes a planet super habitable? And what are the other conditions that increase the likelihood of life on it? Researchers set off from planet Earth to identify planets that might be deemed super habitable. Researchers allowed for significant maneuvering space in that regard. The list included rocky planets that orbit within the habitable zones of their host stars, or the region around a star that allows for liquid water on planets. Researchers sought a moderate zone, a place neither too hot nor too cold, rather moderate. After scientists made Earth a starting point for their search, they began looking for specific patterns of stars.
Doom. From Ethel.
Our sun is classified as a G-type star. This means it's 4.6 billion years old, and it will continue to exist for more than 5.6 billion years, God willing. This may seem like a very long time to you. However, on the grand scale of things, there are many types of stars that have a much longer lifespan than.
Daddy.
Let's take the Ka-type star as an example. These stars are orange dwarfs, ranging in age from 20 to 70 billion years. And it's undeniable.
And that 10 billion...
1900 is a great number, but it doesn't compare to 70 billion years. So, when researchers started hunting for exoplanets that might be better than Earth, they looked for stars that could live longer. Researchers also attempted. The planets found range in age from 5 billion to 8 billion years and are about 1.5 times larger than our planet. Considering the temperature, they allowed a margin of 5 degrees higher with an atmospheric envelope. The oxygen content reaches 30%. And of course, any habitable planet needs to have plenty of land and water too. It must also have a primary moon orbiting around it, with a size ranging from 1 to 10% of the planet's size. And when the team began sifting through factors that could make a planet particularly special, the number of candidates began to decrease. It's worth noting that the list of potentially habitable exoplanets started with more than 45 worldwide, the Milky Way. After a lot of work and matching the conditions to become a group that includes only 24 planets, and in fact, none of the 24 planets were subjected for comprehensive tests that confirm they are super habitable planets. This is mainly due to the absence of data on moons, land masses, tectonic plates, and more. Despite this, scientists actually found a planet they felt was most important. Which planet has the honor of being considered better than Earth when it comes to hosting life? It's the planet KC 983,237. This planet is 1.8 times larger than Earth and is no more than 5.5 billion years old. And it orbits around a K-type star. There is a technical knockout, Phaev 71 Phaev, and was discovered by the Kepler Space Telescope in a star field located in the Cygnus constellation. Based on all the research on the qualities it possesses, the planet will be an ideal habitat. A wonderful habitat for any living being. However, we cannot assert its accuracy. This planet is 2,964 light years away from us. Then, what's the point in locating this planet and others on the list if we're never going to visit them? Why would Washington State University's team waste time if it leads to nothing? The truth is that this list was a test for future effective telescopes. They are being built and will be launched in the coming few years. Among the most famous of these telescopes is the James Webb Space Telescope, the follower of NASA, which was launched late last year alongside the Plato Telescope, launched by the European Space Agency and NASA's Louvre Observatory. A Washington State University researcher found the tasks on these telescopes to be accomplished. The lenses of these telescopes will be directed towards these planets in search of places to focus on in deep space with vehicles, towards advancing the capabilities of modern telescopes towards larger fields. With the arrival of new space telescopes, we will get more information. Yeah? People have been searching for another version of Earth for years. A planet like ours that could become our home if the worst case scenario happens and we have to move to a new place. And the bitter truth is that this may never happen. With the possibility of turning Mars into another Earth or building colonies on the moon, however, our chance of finding a planet we can actually move to is close to zero. The truth is, we still only know a little about the universe we live in, yet NASA and its new James Webb Space Telescope aiming to take a much deeper look than ever before. On the edge,